So let's face facts. You're feeling really deflated because the cost of living in the UK is just so depressing. Even when you do the maths, at the end of the month, you come out with little or no money. And the costs just seem to be rising and rising with no end in sight. So is there a place that is close to London and is cheap to rent? Well, here's a strange name for you to think about. Leighton Buzzard is in Bedfordshire in the United Kingdom, and it is about 30 minutes from Euston in London. If you get onto the train at Leighton Buzzard and you travel to Euston, you can be in London within 30 minutes. So in Leighton Buzzard, if you were to buy a 2-bedroom house, you'd pay about £208,000. And if you're a renter, you could rent a 2-bedroom flat for about £850. So many people opt to live in Leighton Buzzard and commute to London for work. Oh, by the way, I'm Kish, and I'm South African and British, and I live in London. I recently visited Leighton Buzzard for the first time, and I was happily surprised because the area is really clean, and yes, it's close to Luton, which is a very dangerous area, but the crime in Leighton Buzzard isn't even comparable to that of Luton. Leighton Buzzard is a very safe area to live in. Now, Leighton Buzzard is known as a market town, and I happened to visit Leighton Buzzard on a Saturday, and the market was bustling, and vendors sell fruit, vegetables, clothing, and shoes, and the local community really supports the market. I also asked people that live in Leighton Buzzard what they thought of the area. A mother told me that when she walks her kids to school, people who regularly see her always greet her. So that's a huge thing in the UK, because in London and some parts of the UK, people tend to keep to themselves. So there's a real sense of community in Leighton Buzzard. Now, just 10 minutes from Leighton Buzzard's town centre is a lovely children's park, and it is stunning. And when I first saw the park, I was so surprised because it's quite big and it also has a splash pool. Now, Leighton Buzzard is a bit different from London's schools because it has a 3-tier system, and that's true of schools in Bedfordshire. So it has a lower, middle, and upper school system. However, Leighton Buzzard is currently trying to change to a 2-tier school system, meaning a primary and a secondary school. And if you're a 20-year-old or in your early 20s and you think that Leighton Buzzard may be right for you, just know that it doesn't have a thriving nightlife. So if you're looking for nightclubs in Leighton Buzzard, you'd be sad about that part. But you can easily hop on a train and get to London for the thriving nightlife. Leighton Buzzard is also close to Milton Keynes, which is a hub of activity. But if I had to choose between the two to live in, I'd choose Leighton Buzzard because it has a proper high street, whereas Milton Keynes does not have a proper high street. And Leighton Buzzard is smaller than Milton Keynes, and it's easier for me. It's easier to walk through because of its size. Leighton Buzzard also has lovely canals and is very close to the Rushmere Country Park. And when you travel outside of the UK, outside of London that is, it feels distinctly different because London is a bustling city and it can often feel crowded, whereas places like Leighton Buzzard are much quieter. You feel that, it's far less busy here. And sometimes you need that space, that physical space to be in. Away from the bustle, away from the rat race of life. Depends what you're looking for, really. If you're looking for city life versus something much quieter, more of a family area. So I do enjoy traveling to places in the UK to see how different it is and to see how people live in these various areas. So if you'd like me to visit a place in the UK, comment below and let me know. I'll try my best to visit and create a video about the area. So do research Leighton Buzzard if you are looking to lower your cost of living. And do like, share and subscribe. And as always, keep well.